Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Jungle, where we interview local area comedians. Tonight, we have a very special guest and a great comedian who's also a comedy club owner, Mr. Chris Speyrer. How you doing? Speyrer. How you doing tonight, Chris?
Doing good. We had a nice show tonight. It was very fun, and it was our last show, our summer schedule, before we translate to our fall schedule.
It was a very good show.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Chris is the owner of Mason City Limits. You can see it on the sign behind me, and he was nice enough to let us use the stage tonight. Before we begin, Chris, I've got to tell you the rules. And in the Comedy Jungle, there is but one rule, and that
There are
rule
no
is...
rules.
There are no rules.
I know, I'm
except
familiar.
one. Oh, he's been watching the podcast. I like that a lot. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The question I ask everyone who comes on the show is, have you ever banged anyone famous?
All the famous waitresses, for sure. Starting with Rosie from the Bounty commercials.
Wow.
The Quicker Picker Upper. Yeah, she was the first. And then, of course, the whole cast from Alice. You know, the weird thing about the cast from Alice, it was a show from Fantasy Island we did, but Vic Tayback had the biggest rack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I loved that show when I was a kid. Yeah. Okay. Couple of get to know you questions first. How long have you been doing stand-up and being a club owner?
I started the second Tuesday of '89 was my first time on stage.
Second Tuesday.
Yeah, now I did some public speaking before that, so that helped for sure. But the first time at a comedy club or open mic was, and I went the week before to watch the open mic, and 8 of the 10 people were horrible. I'm like, okay, what am I afraid of, right? But it was the second Tuesday of '89.
What city was that in?
Dayton, Ohio, actually Miamisburg, a little south of Dayton. But Dayton was not a very big town, but we had 2 clubs.
Was Wiley's one of them?
Wiley's was one.
I love that place.
And I got their tables. I bought their tables.
Oh man, really? That is so cool.
That's their tables. When they closed, I bought their tables. But and the Jokers was the other club when I started. Was south of town. And the good blessing about that was, for one thing, Jokers was Wednesday through Sunday, and they had a Tuesday open mic, and Wiley's was Wednesday through Saturday. And you don't see those week-long clubs. I get some of the funny ones were Tuesday through Sunday, where you did 2 shows Friday, 3 Saturday. So you do 9 shows in a week, and man, I know the comics coming up now, you can't get 9 shows in a month. But I mean, if you're doing 3 or 4 weeks in a row with those, with 9 shows a week, it's a lot easier to get better with 27 shows a month compared to 27 shows a year,
Oh yeah,
It's
no
a
doubt.
different animal from when I started.
How long have you been here in Mason City with this club?
I've been stopping by Mason City for a long time. I met Gonzo in Columbus, Ohio, about '92 or '93, and he just moved back here. And I was living in Dayton, but I was doing a lot of gigs out in the Midwest. So basically, whenever I came out this way, I'd stop by either coming or going, break up the drive. And then eventually he got out of comedy for a while and bought the existing restaurant that was on this block. It was
I know, but I can't remember the name either.
Before he opened it, it was like a countertop operation, but he kind of gutted the building, made a nice sit-down operation. PJ's, it was called, Peggy and John. Then he bought the building next to mine, which I hadn't bought yet, by the way, and he gutted that and made a steakhouse called Jack and Joe's. So I was in and out of town, again, every 2 or 3 months, coming and going, because I was doing a lot of Midwest gigs, and saw the before and after. And then his brother owned this space. So, I mean, he was getting a lot of great business from the steakhouse, and that was our crowd, basically. The Bob and Tom crowd, the steakhouse crowd, I would say the 35 and up.
Have you been on the Bob and Tom show? You have,
A couple times, yeah. Gonzo's been on there a lot more
Oh, yeah,
than I have.
yeah.
In fact, he was on there before they were syndicated. But yeah, they've been very kind to us as far as the mentions go, and we've had a lot of their comments here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now we're going to take a little break, and we're going to do my favorite part of the show, the Tommy's Feud.
Okay.
And
I'm going to take a sip.
yeah, help yourself, because alcohol will help this. See, this is Tommy's Feud. I have real questions
Okay.
with real answers with points. Score more than 100 points, and I'm going to pay for my entry to come in and see the show tonight.
Okay.
So you got a lot riding on this.
I know,
All
right?
Now, where it's just like Family Feud,
Okay.
you have, from when I finish the first question, you have 30 seconds. Give me the most popular, what you think is the most popular answer.
Okay.
If you can't think of something, say something funny. I have discretionary points.
Sure,
and
sure.
chances are you're going to win anyway. So.
Okay. Right.
Okay. And the theme
No
of
pressure. No pressure.
None. The theme of this is comedy club stuff.
Okay.
I pulled 100 strangers and came up with these answers. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The average number of alcoholic drinks a customer consumes at a comedy show.
In Mason City, I'd say 0.08.
Okay, so we'll call it 1. No, question 2. A comedy topic females use, but males don't. We only got 30 seconds.
Right, and I got 22, 21. I don't know about that. I would guess more personal relationship stuff. I would
Relationship
think.
stuff. Oh,
And I would say a point of view that maybe I wouldn't have for being.
Okay, that'll work.
I would suggest.
The best response to an insult to get a heckler to stop.
You're invited to leave.
Diploma, I love it.
I learned that from Dan Conlon.
Okay, a bodily function comedians most often talk about.
Obviously, the fart would be one, but I would say ejaculation would probably be up there.
Jizz is up there, okay.
Well, I didn't say jizz. I said maybe I say orgasm because that would be more inclusive,
Okay,
right? Because jizz would be
just guys.
kind of, I would, well, I don't know.
Well,
These
in
days,
today's world, yeah.
these days,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know.
We
really
don't know if a woman can jizz. I don't know.
Okay, last question. before
I
leave.
hate to judge.
Okay, a common green room request from headliners.
Get me away from these fucking people.
Well, I meant it before they arrive.
No, that would be the. I don't know, but most comics I know, I mean, especially, I mean, like I'm seeing the show now here, but I mean, if I'm closing the show, I prefer not to be seen until I'm on stage. I would say that. I would say most headliners.
Seclusion.
Well, again, you don't want to be just a person they see before the show. You're the guy they come to see, right? So I would think that's a pretty common thing among, if you're closing the show, you don't necessarily be hanging out in the showroom when they're walking in the door. Now, you might slip in the back and watch the show, but to me, I think that's pretty common when people who are closing the show.
Have you had people ever ask for stuff ahead of time, like they wanted a certain food or beverage? Or...
No, at the time, Gonzo had a restaurant, so we had all the food covered. I've been very fortunate. There's a lot of stories about people being very needy. In my context of my career, I've had very few bad experiences with comedians.
Wow, that's great. I would have thought you get some divas in here. And...
No, when they show up in Basin City, they kind of look around. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're going to bitch about something, it'd be before you show up here.
Okay. All right, let's go over your questions here. The average number of drinks in a customer, you said 0.8.
0.08.
0.08. Well,
Which would be,
well, which
is like the sobriety level. That's what I'm saying.
that's about 3 drinks.
Yeah. I maybe 0.075.
Okay, we'll call it 3. We'll call it 2.75 drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, and basically the point system on that is times 10, so you're going to get 27 points for that.
Boy, if I can get 27 drinks out of these people,
Well, you're getting 27 points.
we would be talking. That's all I'm saying.
So you got 27. And then you said, question 2 was a topic female comedian. You said relationships.
Well, I would say relationship. I would say their point of view in the relationship. I would say, the catcher versus the receiver. I mean, I'm just saying there's a point of view there. I would say relationships. I would say kind of broad there. I would think that again the point of view, the perspective of whatever anything you want to say coming at you, whatever. I'm just saying the perspective would be the what I would be referring to.
That was not one of the answers. However, I'm going to give you 20 discretion points for that. That puts you at 47. So you're halfway home.
Okay.
Number one answer was vagina or periods.
Yeah, probably so.
The number two answer was giving blowjobs because, well, guys do that too, I guess.
Which would be a perspective thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, right? When I'm saying coming at you, I'm just saying.
Number three answer was receiving dick pics.
Okay.
And number four was talking about their boobs. I have boobs, so I have talked about my boobs.
Have you ever sent a dick pic? I've never done that before.
I sent dick portraits because I'm old.
Right. You get a little more subtly in the shading, too.
Oh, I paid my guy Andre to
Right.
make it. Yeah, it was great. It cost like $40 though, and then you had to send it through FedEx, and it cost a fortune to do that. Not like today.
Try an etch-a-sketch. Then you screw up, you just shake it.
Etch-a-sketch.
And then when you shake
Genius.
it all goes away.
Genius, Etch-a-Sketch. Man.
Right?
Yeah, there's a reason I brought you on this interview. Okay, the best response or insult to get a heckler, you said throw them the hell out.
Well, again, Dan Collin always did it. It worked for him. He's been there for a long time.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the.
Have you interviewed Dan Collin yet?
I've seen Dan out there.
No, have you interviewed Dan? I mean, Dan would be great for this.
Oh, he's doing his competition tonight.
Right. But you've got to interview Dan Collin.
I've asked him. He said he'd do it. But
Yeah.
He's been kind of busy.
And ask him about his customer relations policy.
I've seen that in person. And pretty entertaining. Part of the comedy show. Okay, you didn't get any of the three answers I had, but you do get 25 discretion points.
That's good.
Okay, the number one answer was just yell, shut the fuck up at them. The number two answer was insult their penis size.
Mm-hmm.
The number three answer was use an insulting name. But the best answer, which would have got you 100 points and an instant win, was take your gun out and shoot them.
Okay, well, damn it.
You're not the violent type, though.
Not, I guess, but I mean, I would say this. I've been here 19 years. I've had very few
Shootings?
shootings, but I've had very few times where I had to ask somebody to leave. I'd say maybe less than 10 over 19 years.
That's pretty good, because
Yeah.
this is such a small, cozy place.
Right, and it can miss. Midwest is mostly polite people.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I should say 10 years, because we stopped doing a late show Friday about a while ago, and that was usually the circus comes to town. But it's been a very polite crowd for the most part. Again, I'm not the most confrontational guy, but I've only had to ask people to leave maybe 10 times over 19 years. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Okay, and question 4, a bodily function comedians most often talk about. You mentioned orgasming.
Sure.
We'll go with that. And I have that as tie for a second with periods and orgasm or jizz, basically.
Well, I think orgasm would cover.
Both, yeah.
Well, I would say both. No,
I don't know. But
I don't know. When I look
there's
at
a lot
that
of
kind of
strangeness.
porn, I wouldn't say they're both. I would say that I'd have to put 2 Z's in there.
Well, with my career as a phone sex operator, I can tell you the two are related, unfortunately.
Well, I guess
Oh, it's
I don't
true.
know. I mean, again, I guess it's all personal taste, and I'm not here to judge anybody.
Oh, I quit judging when I had that job. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to. I had to.
Well, I took a credit card clear.
Well, I didn't run the office, but yeah, I got paid regardless. So that gets you 30 points. I think you're at 97 points. You're at 87 or 97. I can't tell.
Well, the good point is I still drink for free here. So.
Wow, that's a good point. Guys, if you want to drink for free, buy your own comedy club and run it. I'll come. Yeah. Okay, and the last question was a common green room request from headliners. You said, leave me the fuck alone. Okay.
Yeah, I would say most comics that are headlining the show would kind of like to be isolated until they don't want to be isolated.
Okay.
But most comics I know don't want to be. They don't want to be in the lobby when people are screaming in the.
Right.
They want to be. They might want to be singing the first time when they get on stage.
Right, and you need to concentrate on your upcoming act and everything too.
Yeah, again, that's the way I would say, I would assume that when I headliners. Now, if they don't want to do that, they hang out, that's fine. But I'd like to give them a space to do that if they want to be isolated, and kind of show up when they need to show up.
Well, the number one answer was provide alcohol, tied with provide pot or some kind of other drink.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Have you ever had anybody ask for pot or alcohol?
They never had to ask.
Okay. Didn't have to. I love that one. That's awesome. The number three answer was sandwiches or food, but the best answer would have been if they asked for hookers. You would have got.
Nah, but I do cook for the comics usually. Yes.
You cook for them.
Yeah, I do. Some are more willing to do that than others.
Conlon, he'll cook for people.
Well, he cooked me a couple frozen pizzas.
Don't get me started on that, please.
But that's fine. No, but I do cook good. I guess some Cajun roots and things. I cook a really good gumbo, and I would be doing that for Emo Phillips coming up. Emo and Tim Cavanaugh.
Oh, a plug. I love it.
I will be cooking for them. Emo stays here, and he lets me cook for him, so that's nice.
Okay. Well, you won basically. That last one, you got 10 points for discretion. That pushes over 100. I will be paying for.
Because I drink for free.
Yeah, I will be paying for seeing the show tonight. So, sorry, honey, I have to spend more money. She just got back from Vegas though, so. By herself.
Did she gamble at all?
She did, but she was there to schmooze up the corporate executives that she works with.
So she won.
No, she doesn't win.
Okay.
She married me. That was her winning.
Yeah.
No, she really doesn't win.
That's enough winning.
Yeah.
That's enough winning.
Yeah, she doesn't want any more of that.
It's a big prize.
Yeah. This is what happens when I put comedians on here, man. Okay, what's your favorite type of comedy person? You like cleaner, dirtier?
I'm a one-liner kind of guy.
And you're great. You were great tonight, by the way.
That was a hot crowd. It was fun.
Yeah, they were good.
Gonzo and his son were here, and they have good laughs. And we had like 11 people, and they were like 20% of the crowd. And they were great laughers, and I think they prompted the crowd well.
Yeah.
But I got to do something off the beaten trail. Jeremy Nunez was here, and I do a lot of shows with Jeremy. And there's a lot. All of the jokes I did tonight, I would never do in front of Jeremy, because I don't think they're quite crafted yet. And I think tonight was a good opportunity to. Once I heard them laugh at some stuff early on, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, and this.
They were a great crowd.
Yeah, they were a great crowd.
Yeah.
So I thought they were very receptive, and again, I did a couple bits that I don't think that are quite there yet, but they bought them. So it was nice to kind of get that out.
No, I thought you were great, man. Okay.
This is my agent.
Okay. You don't have to give names, but have you ever had a headliner that you just wanted to like never book again, like you abandoned?
Yeah, I would say not in a bad way, but it just didn't work out.
You don't have to say who it is, because I don't want to embarrass
But again, the process of here is a little bit different, because Gonzo's been doing the comedy since 82 or 72, whatever it is. I've been doing comedy since 89, so we all know the guys. We all know the comics or the gals, whatever. So I mean, it's not like we're getting cold calls from people we don't know, and of course we are. But I mean, we know so many comedians. I worked with so many comedians. So we're not taking that chance of who are you. And we've had a couple of strangers here before, but for the most part, we've had a relationship with everybody. If I didn't know him, Gonzo knew him. I knew all the Midwest guys. Gonzo knew all the West Coast guys.
So you know what you're kind of getting into.
Right. For the most part, like Emo Phillips, I worked with half a dozen times before he showed up here. And he had a kind of reputation to be kind of persnickety, kind of ungrateful, whatever. I've never had a problem getting, somebody has a reputation. I've never had any too many bad experiences with that, as far as people being here and not being happy. No, it never happens.
Oh, that's cool. That's really good. Yeah, I will tell you, and this is This is not ass kissing to get stage time in the future, but this is my favorite place to perform because it's cozy, it's great, the stage is awesome.
Well, one thing about a small room is, sometimes we have small crowds, and tonight we had like maybe 18 people in the room, but it felt like it was full.
Yeah, it
because
was a great crowd.
Small room, so I mean, it's a very performer-friendly room.
Yeah, it is. My second favorite place is the Speakeasy. I don't know if you've ever been up there in the Quad Cities.
I've not been there, but I know they've been there for a while.
Yeah, that is a great room. And of course, I love the jukebox too. That's my home turf.
That's the second oldest club in Illinois, after Zany's downtown. So.
Yeah. Let's see, what else have we got on here? Now, do you get a lot of comics that want to ask you if they could be headliners and you just know they're not ready?
No, I would say it's the opposite. I usually kind of pick out, because again, I have special events and then we have in-between weeks. So if I want to give somebody a chance to headline, it's usually in between like an Emo Phillips and a Todd Yon or whatever. And I'm usually the one who's suggesting, hey, I think you're a strong feature. I can close you, even if you have 35 weeks out of the come. So I think it's the opposite for me. I was the first club to headline Nikki Glazer, for instance. She featured here once before, but I mean, she knew what she was doing.
That's a name drop, by the way.
Well, exactly, but god damn, you're going to drop a name. Nikki Glazer's a good one.
That's a good name to drop, yeah.
But no, she featured here once before, but I mean, again, even if she didn't do 45 the first time, we can fill the show out, and she deserved that chance. And then whatever, if there's a club that's going to give somebody a first chance to headline, it's probably going to be a club like mine, not going to be a improv or a whatever, Funny Bone. They're going to be doing a small club like this.
Do you have a favorite headliner of all time, or personal?
Well, we have Emo Phillips coming up. I do love Emo with Tim Cavanaugh, two really good friends.
I like Tim a lot.
Yeah, I would say favorite would be hard to pick, right? It'd be like all the children I never had. But no, there's nobody favorite. I'm just glad. I'm very blessed to have a lot of funny.
Do you think of the comedians as your family, kind of?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because man, that's the vibe here.
Or like a fraternity kind of thing. We've all fought through the same battles. We've all had the same emotions. We've all had great sets. We've all had bad sets. We've all shared the same experiences. Yeah. So there's a camaraderie there that you can't duplicate.
One of the first great experiences I had, I came here for an open mic, and Joe the Animal and I think it was Gonzo and another old comedian, they were talking, and I just sat there and listened, and I said like maybe 10 words the whole time, but man, that was listening to the guys who've been doing it for 30 years.
That's the best part of this gig is hanging out with the funniest people in the world, and I would say that's probably the best advice for comedians.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, because Tom, you hang out on occasion, and I always tell the comedians, hang out at the comedy club, and again, you don't have to do a set necessarily, but just hang out with funny people and just kind of be a fly on the wall sometimes and hear some funny stories. And I think that's one thing when I first started, there were 2 clubs in Dayton, Ohio, and they would let the comics come out, and I would go to each club twice a week, and see the headliner twice a week, and then figure, oh, that wasn't an ad lib, that was actually part of his act. I mean, just by watching shows, and then the hangout afterwards. Of course, this is pre-internet, but that was how I got a lot of my early gigs. Was just
making yourself seen and getting out there,
being a funny guy, hanging out, and back then, of course, too, if you could work clean, that would be a big ticket because you could work a lot more stages. So.
Well,
we had that conversation.
Yeah, I'm known as kind of a dirty comic.
Right, but you don't have to be known as a dirty comic.
Right, and I tell people
you can be flexible enough to do both.
Right, and I try to be, and I tell people, if it's at a bar or restaurant type thing, no way do I do any of the really hardcore.
Well, restaurant, a bar, everybody different, yeah.
It depends on how drunk they are.
Well, I would say there's an appropriate time to do whatever. I always tell people, and I did tell you this line, it's always easier to dirty up a clean act than to clean up a dirty act.
Yeah, I have discovered that on my own.
But again, you're funny enough to, you've got plenty of clean material. And again, I'm not saying don't do dirty material, but I'm just saying there's a little bit more opportunity. Like Jeremy Nunez tonight books a lot of shows. And I work with Jeremy a ton because I can clean in front of him. And not that I work clean all the time, but I can when I have to. And
Right.
you know, I mean.
Yeah, and you got to know your audience. You got to know what's out
Well,
there.
you've got to play to the audience in front of you. You know, I had a conversation with an open micer. He was wearing shorts on stage, and I was like, yeah, you know, some gig, you know, you have to wear a suit and tie. And he's like, I don't want to sell out. I'm like, dude, you're not getting paid yet. You can't sell out if you're not getting paid yet, you know? So I would suggest, you know, dress for the audience in front of you, perform for the audience in front of you, and you could choose to fucking be your goddamn edgy stuff when, you know, you make it big. But god damn it, you gotta fucking there's reality in front of you. You gotta entertain the reality and the whole idea of I can't wear long pants on stage because I want to sell. Dude, you're not getting paid yet.
Sandals, shorts, t-shirts with holes.
I'm just saying, perform for the audience in front of you, dress for the audience in front of you. You know, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
This is common sense.
What is what's one of the best stories that you've ever had here that maybe somebody came here and then they hit it big?
Well, Nikki Glazer, of course, would be one. Janelle James, of course, out of Champaign, was here several times, and she's huge, you know. And of course, again, Emo Phillips is going to be here again. We had several comics who passed away. D.G. Guy, very funny cat. John Fox here, Wild Bill Bauer. My buddy, the last Stupid American, Jim Wiggins. A lot of really funny cats. And, you know, that's one thing about, you know, when I started in '89, these guys were headlining, and I just was working with them as an opener. So when they got here, you know, a little bit later in life, so it's kind of a natural course, of course, if we're going to lose some people. But there's been 20 comics who've passed who worked here in 19 years.
Wow, what a year ahead.
So look both ways before you look, right? You're right next to the curb. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
One of my favorite old-time comedians has been here several times, Uncle Lair.
Yeah, Uncle Larry's a legend, man. Yeah, he's been here as much as anybody, I would say. Mike Armstrong is the other one, probably.
He's the cop, right?
Right. He's diagnosed with cancer. We're doing a benefit show, and I'm sure we have a flyer. I'll post later. But Larry's been here a bunch, probably. In 19 years, probably 15 times. But you know, Larry is just a legend, man. Yeah, I remember working with him maybe in '91, and he looked exactly the same. He's like a vampire. He's got the same. I'm just saying. And but no, he's as far as a classic one-liner comic. Yeah, man, he's a fun guy to watch. He's got a good edge to him, you know, and
one of the best nights of comedy I ever had.
Now, if you had a chance to ask Larry if you get Larry on the show, he did a bit in Omaha that went south, and it's kind of legendary. So you might want to ask him about that.
In Omaha.
I won't spoil it, but you know,
I
heard the story about Omaha
Okay.
and the plane crash. And he'd know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of the best nights of comedy
If
I
not,
ever
you could
had.
probably YouTube it. You could probably YouTube it. But a very famous bit.
Yeah, he's a stud. The other guy that I really like and comes here a lot is Kevin McCaffrey.
Yeah, Kevin, very talented guy. You know, he went to Ball State, and which they have to Letterman graduated, right? And they have an actual course about, you know, like late night TV and television writing and stuff. So, he's done very well, you know, True TV and all that. And yeah, we're lucky to get him when he's back for the holidays.
Yeah, he'll pop down here.
Absolutely. And he's a Maker's Mark guy for sure. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
He's an Irish guy, and
guy.
he definitely likes his Maker's Mark, which is fine. I need some notice next time, Kevin, when you're coming.
I'm friends with him. I met talk with him in the messenger sometimes. Every now and then I'll ask him for some like career advice and stuff. And he always helps. He's such a good guy.
And another guy works clean. I mean, again, he's not church clean, but again, another guy who watch him, he's not like throwing on F-bombs or nothing like that.
Yeah, he's.
Again, now my buddy Rob Haney and who owned Wiley's turned me on to Kevin, so I want to shout out to Rob for that. But I mean, that was a kind of an organic thing because there's people send you links and stuff. But man, you know, I got a friend who was at Wiley's in Dayton for 12, 15 years, and so.
I'm so sad Wiley is gone. I performed there twice.
Yeah, we got their tables now, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes me feel great. Can I like steal one and take it home?
Man.
No, that's all right.
After emo show.
Okay.
And there might be a chip on there, so.
I'll take a chip table.
A chip table.
Yeah, what early.
Dude, I got the old wood grain ones, but they're a little bit bigger, and again, these are tighter. I could fit more people. I would say it's the same capacity, but everyone's at the table now. I don't have a 2-tier ticket pricing where you're on the side with a bar stool, you know.
You had 2-tier ticket pricing here?
No, so.
Oh, that's right. You had a row of tables.
It used to be just a row of
chairs.
Right. Now everyone's got a table, so it's just one little improvement.
I did not even realize that when I came in tonight. Yeah, last time I was here, I had to miss the last open mic that was here because I was.
And we have an open mic coming up Friday, October 4th, if that date is correct.
I hope so.
The first Friday of October.
October.
That's Ryan Thorson.
Yeah, Ryan's running. I love Ryan. He's a good guy. But, oh shit! I hope he doesn't watch this. I don't want him knowing that I like him. Because
I won't spell it.
okay, yeah, we do a lot of combat back and forth on Facebook.
You know, I didn't even know there was no silent H in Ryan's name, so I barely know the guy.
Okay. What are your future plans for this fabulous place? Just to keep it going?
Yeah, man, like CPR, man. God damn it. Keep the chest compressions going. Yes.
How did COVID, did that mess you up?
Yeah, we closed twice. Yeah, man, I was depressed. Talking to myself. You ever talk to yourself?
I talk to myself every day.
That's a sign of intelligence. You know, I've heard that before. Well, maybe that was me talking.
My wife would disagree.
I'm just saying, yeah, they closed us twice. It was but I would say that's the grant money kind of helped me.
Well, that's good.
It was not the PPP, it was the Shutter Venues Operator Grant, which was more specific to comedy clubs and theaters and museums, and that's the one that kind of helped me more than the payroll thing, because I don't have much of a payroll.
You pay yourself.
Barely.
Oh.
I get free beer.
Freedom. Hey, I know comics who would consider that high pay, and judging by their comedy, it was high.
Well, tonight again. Tonight was a great show.
It was.
I thought the crowd was with us from the get-go.
Yeah, they were great. I was sad I didn't get to perform in front of them because they were jumping on stuff.
It was a crowded show. And Darren, our celebrity bartender, his first time introing. That's time, dude. The song can end before you start the intro. I just say.
He's actually cleaning tables as we record this right now.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Last thing, you got anything you want to plug coming up, or?
Yeah, big shows coming up. Our first show on our fall schedule is the biggest name in comedy, Kostaki Economopolis. That's 9 syllables at the smallest comedy club in the country, as in surrounded by cornfields. Here, one show only Friday, September 5th, 8 p.m. show. Jeff Bailey, very funny.
Bailey's awesome.
We could have a stoner show, 420 Friendly show on Saturday, September 6th. And then, yeah, we got big shows coming up. The benefit show for Mike Armstrong is the 13th. There's also one in Peoria on the 12th with Blendenstein. Tim Slagle here for our fall festival. If you come to the fall festival, hang out and see the Americana and come see
one of the best comedy values going in.
Yeah, and then Emo Phillips and Tim Cavanaugh are here Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday show.
Yeah, whatever that weekend is. The last Saturday, last Sunday of September. It's a 6 p.m. show on Sunday. It's an 8 p.m. show on Saturday. But that's a terrific show. Two great comics, and lucky to have both of them here separately, let alone together. So, and then Todd Yon back, of course, in October. So,
Chris, I can't thank you enough for coming on the Comedy Jungle.
thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think that's gonna do it. Unless you have any last joke you want to throw out. I got nothing.
No, I don't really have nothing to close with.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not a good closer. The wife will tell you that.
yeah, I would just say come out to Mason City Limits. We have a webpage, mclimits.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How
I'll
about
move
that?
so you can.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Click on Coming Soon in the upper left. Thank you, Tom.
No, thank you. And thank
We
you.
hope to see you soon in Mason City.
Come out. This is the best place to see comedy. This place rocks. All right, we're gonna sign off. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
worked out
everyone.
great. Thank you, Tom.